Well, Arteta has gone ahead to obviously speak to Zubimendi to convince him to come in through and really join the side of Arsenal. That is really a big story, and we all know that managers go ahead to talk with the players constantly to obviously get to know exactly what they have in plan. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories. Sorry about that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. This is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as your faves are really concerned and your favorite footballing teams in here. So where should we start from? Because we're having Zubimendi. Who else are we having? Let me check. Fabrizio Romano. Then we are having Acuña. You know, he plays as the left back for Sevilla, and he's an Argentine international World Cup holder. And then a shocking story coming in through from Barcelona, from Alejandro Balde. Very shocking story that is going to leave most of you in total shock. Now, we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and let's start it off with this. Mikel Arteta has already spoken to Martin Zubimendi, and he is open to the idea of moving to the Emirates in the summer. So Arteta has gone ahead to obviously have a chat with Zubimendi and obviously convince him to come in through and really join the side of Arsenal. One of the things that Arsenal are really lacking into the team is that midfield is lacking what we call, how can I even term it? Because the quality of Zubimendi, but always see him play, is like a Sergio Busquets. You get? Declan Rice is really good, but he's not at a certain level of the midfield that Mikel Arteta wants him to play. And I think when Zubimendi comes in at Arsenal, Zubimendi is gonna be playing in the stadium area, and Declan Rice is gonna be playing as a box-to-box midfielder, and I think alongside Martin Odegaard, because they lack that player with a flair, you know. And I think, however good Declan Rice is, the flair is not at the same level as the guy of Zubimendi. And I know why Arteta really needs him. His stats go ahead to speak for himself, and he has really come of what we call, he has come of age at 24 to obviously leave Real Sociedad and join a big team. Arteta is a very good manager at convincing players to come in through, and we're going to hate to see him win lots of battles ever since he came in through at the side of Arsenal. The biggest battle he first won was the battle of Gabriel Jesus. Jesus had very many teams that were interested in him: Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, Juventus, and Real Madrid. But he convinced Jesus to join the club of Arsenal, and by that time, Arsenal was not playing in the Champions League. And it shows you how persuasive he is when it comes to obviously holding that tongue. That is the guy, that is Mikel Arteta. The Declan Rice transfer speaks it all. It speaks it all, you know. Man City were at him, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, Bayern Munich, 5 huge teams, and we are told that the entourage of Bayern Munich came in London and met Declan Rice. Thomas Tuchel came in through in London and met Declan Rice, but every time they met him, do you know what he told them? Simple: I don't want you, I'm going to Arsenal. That shows you that the manager Mikel Arteta is going to have to do everything to see to it that he convinces the player, and is going to have to take in the same tactic already that he needs this guy to come in through. Now, the big question is, Arsenal are talking to Douglas Luiz, and we've been told that he's their priority midfield target of the summer transfer window of this year. So what is it with Zubimendi? Because if Arsenal is bringing 2 of these, they have to spend close to £160 million onto players. Yet the budget of Arsenal might be £200 million, like £230 million. That's going to be their budget. But it only makes sense to get in these 2 when they sell Thomas Partey for like £30 million and let Jorginho go. Thomas Partey is one of the highest earning players. He earns close to £200,000 a week, and he was earning that amount of money when they were not playing in the Champions League. when Arsenal is playing in the Champions League, trust me, Thomas Partey is earning close to £250,000. So if you bring in Douglas Costa at Arsenal, I think he'll call in for like £150,000 a week. That's the amount of money that this guy really wanted. And in wanting it, it looks like Arsenal would have gone ahead to save some £100,000 a week in that, and I think they can reserve that for Zubimendi also. So it looks like the salary that has been earned by Thomas Partey can be paid for two players, and I think that's what can make it easy to bring them in. And even Jorginho earns close to 100, I think, and £140,000 a week at Arsenal. So that means when you take off Jorginho, though he's going to leave on a free transfer in the summer, that means you've gone ahead to save close to £600,000 a month, and a year, those are like £80 million. So that is exactly what you get when you obviously dislodge such players off your side. So Arteta's dialogue with Zubimendi is a huge talking point, and hope these two will come to compromise. But it looks like Zubimendi has gone ahead to agree to come in through and really play for the side of Arsenal amidst interest from Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and very many other teams. And you never know, even Manchester City can come in through and really join in the rest, depending on how the situation is going to be this season. So that is it coming in through from the side of Mikel Arteta holding a conversation with Zubimendi. Then Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead and told us the following, that Arsenal fans have been asking me about Martin Zubimendi's situation. Once again, as some reports in Spain have claimed, an agreement is already in place for Real Sociedad midfielder to join the Gunners in the summer. However, my understanding remains that nothing is decided yet. Zubimendi is one of the players on Arsenal's list since last year, but the same is true for Amadou Onana and Douglas Luiz, who remain appreciated at the Emirates Stadium, so the story is absolutely open. Now, when you hear what Fabrizio Romano is talking about, it shows you that a decision on who is going to come in at Arsenal has not yet been made. The list has three midfielders: Martin Zubimendi, Douglas Luiz, and Amadou Onana. But out of those three, I'm 100% sure if Thomas Partey leaves and Jorginho, then it will mean that they'll have to bring in two midfielders. That is it, because you can't bring in one. You can't bring in one when you've gone ahead to obviously see all that happening. You can't bring in one. You have to bring in more and more and more and more to replace the two. Because when you look at Arsenal, they need Thomas Partey and Jorginho in their squad. There are two senior players that you have to replace with two good quality players. And for quality, I think Zubimendi and Douglas Costa bring in some huge quality. The same applies to Amadou Onana. But it will depend on the decision that Mikel Arteta is going to make and on the budget that Arsenal is going to be having in the summer transfer window. Why? The amount of money that you can use to get in Amadou Onana and Zubimendi is the amount of money that you need to buy a Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa. Because Douglas Luiz is going to cost £112 million. That is 120 million euros. You get? So that is exactly what that will work out like. And I think Arsenal might be shifting from signing a Douglas Luiz alone to getting in two players of absolute quality. And I think Zubimendi can come in through and really get you that. And for Amadou Onana, you've gone ahead to see him at the side of what's the side? What's the name of the side? At the side of Everton. And the work that's going to hate to do is just that one step away to a team like Arsenal to obviously get going and really get to full potential. That is it. So that's what we heard about those players. But when you look at Zubimendi, he's really a very good player. And it obviously shows you that McAllister moving from Brighton to Liverpool, you're going to hate to see his quality improving. Moise Caicedo I think for the previous 2-3 games he's going to play for Chelsea, he has gone ahead to look in as a very, very good player. And that player is really one of those that you obviously have to obviously get you going to where you want to be. So that is all about the three midfielders that Arsenal are really looking at. Fabrizio Romano has given us a huge insight that it's not only Zubimendi that Arsenal is looking at, they are also looking at a player called Onana Amadou at Everton and Douglas Luiz. But remember, we've been told from December that Arsenal's priority midfield signing is Douglas Luiz. That is it. It's Douglas Luiz. So we wait and see how that is going to pan out and what they are going to obviously tell us here onto the Rokani Media Football. So we wait and see, but I've gone ahead to dissect everything about Zubimendi, and I think we are going to be having very many stories about Zubimendi in the coming days. Though it's not a winter transfer signing, it's going to be a summer transfer signing for Arsenal. Let's go to Sevilla and see a little bit what's happening there. World Cup winner, that is Acuña. Sevilla have greatly lowered their demands for Marcos Acuña due to his injuries, providing Aston Villa with a perfect opportunity to get their summer target if they wanted. If there is a manager who knows exactly players to sign from the La Liga it's none other than Unai Emery. Acuña plays at Sevilla, left back. He can also play as a left forward. He was there. He was there and still there when this guy was still there. Unai Emery coaching at Villarreal. Now Acuña, a World Cup winner, has emerged as a left back that Aston Villa really need. And Moreno and I think they're having a left back in Moreno and Digne. Those are the two left backs they're really having. So those two left backs are not up to the standards. And you look at how Acuña plays that left back position. It's really, he plays really as a modern left back. He inverts in the midfield a lot. Perfect crosses. He's press resistant. And I think Unai Emery wants to get in players who are going to fit into his style of play. I think Acuña ticks all the boxes for him. And that's why you saw it that Moreno and Digne are supposed to be sold out of Aston Villa, meaning that Aston Villa are really looking in for a new left forward. But I think that injury stuff, underlined as it is, might be really causing problems for this guy. And we all anticipate that a lot is going to happen when Acuña really comes into play. So that is it so far for the man known as Acuña and the side of Sevilla. So let's leave it at that, and let's obviously continue and go to the last story of this episode. Now, Barcelona injuries are turning out to be injuries, and guess who is the latest one whose season to be ruled out? Alejandro Balde. Season is over as injury has affected his tendon. Balde will undergo surgery in Finland with Dr. Lampainen in the coming days. Barcelona confirm. So, the other player that has been ruled out for the entire season has been Gavi. Then we've gone ahead to get another one whose season has been ruled out and is none other than Alejandro Balde. So Balde is out. He's out, totally out. So we'll wait and see how that pans out. But it's really going to be a very huge blow for the side of Barcelona, because with them not having money to sign players in. Sorry, they might be having money, but that's not footballing money. The financial fair play rules are really restricting them from signing other players. And what are you going to do? You get, they're really looking bad. And the only advantage you have is that your Cancelo is a versatile fullback. He can play as a left fullback and as a right fullback. But with the number of games that left to play, they still have a lot to obviously come into their way. And they're facing the teams. So they've been out of the proper way. in there because he offers a lot going forward. But he needs to balance, and his squad is really thin. And this is where I obviously disagree with everyone talking about sacking Javi, because the injuries are really huge, you know. And these two are really good quality players. Gavi, sensational. Balde, exceptional. So he's really having a lot to answer in these remaining 5 months to end the season. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me thoughts about Arteta Zubimendi talks begin. The dialogue has gone ahead, obviously take place, and Arteta wants him to come in through. Do you think that is really great for him to come into Arsenal? And out of those 3, Zubimendi, Douglas Luiz, and Amaudo Onana, who do you want at Arsenal? Then we go to the other story. What do you make about it? Alejandro Balde injured and Acuña to the side of Aston Villa. We cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I'm out. See you when you see me, guys. Good evening. African Cup of Nations round of 16 commences today.